Last week I talked to you about the past. This week I'd like to take a few minutes and talk about our future as a congregation. But to do that, I need to go back in my own past a little bit. Many years ago, I went through a very painful divorce. I was a young guy just out of college, and I felt like my world had ended. One of my best friends did an amazing thing for me. He took me to the top of one of the tallest buildings in Oklahoma City, and he invited me to look out at all the surrounding areas. And I could see downtown Oklahoma City, I could see right to the edge of Edmond, to the edge of Midwest City and Dell City and Capitol Hill and various communities around Oklahoma City. And my friend said, "Where are the boundaries?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "The boundaries like on the map." I said, well, you can't see them." He said, "That's right, they're imaginary. They're not real." And then he looked me straight in the face and he said, "And that's just the way your life is right now. You feel like it's over, but the truth is you have no boundaries. You can become anything you want to be." That lesson has stayed with me for all of these years. That so often in life we put boundaries around ourselves that aren't even real. They're imposed by others, or sometimes they're imposed by our fear and anxiety. That happens to churches a lot. A lot of churches can't see beyond the next 6 months. And that's natural with all the challenges we face. But Centenary is different. Since I've been here as your senior pastor, my goal has been for us to look 20 years down the future and to really think about the things we need to do today to be a great church for the next 20 years and beyond. That means the way we manage money, the way that we manage volunteers, the way that we teach and preach and present things to the congregation and to the community. I'm very proud to say that when we first started here, that Centenary was on a list of churches that we were concerned about as a denomination were probably going to close because of their statistical trend. And I'm very pleased that Centenary is not on that list. We're a growing, thriving congregation. In fact, here's an interesting number you may not know. Out of about 300 plus people that walk through our doors on a typical week for ministry, just about 1 out of every 3 is 18 years old or younger. Isn't that an amazing thing to think about for our church? God is blessing us with incredible opportunity. The question before us is how are we going to train and equip and bless these young people so that they can grow up to be that thriving, wonderful church now and in the future? We have the opportunity to bless them right now so that they can live their lives as a blessing to the world. My dream for Centenary, and I know the dream that many of you share, is that this continues to be a very special kind of faith community where all different kinds of people come together, where we appreciate each other for our differences and love each other because of our differences. And we bring all of those unique gifts together to really reflect the real kingdom of Jesus Christ, where we are united by the baptism and the mission we share. That's what Centenary is all about. To prepare and to help grow this next generation of young Christians, we have to think differently about how we use our money, how we use our building, and how we use our resources to equip them to be the church of right now and tomorrow. We have to learn to do things differently. The blessing is there's no boundaries. We can be whoever we want to be as a congregation. And even more importantly, we can equip them to be who God is calling them to be in the future. The first step right before us to make that happen is for each of us to give sacrificially, to support the ministries of this church. While our children and youth are blessed, there's so much more we could do for them. Every week as I work with them, I have to be honest and say that sometimes I feel like our hands are tied, that we need more resources. Let's step up this year. Let's give more. Let's make the sacrifices that are necessary so that we can give our best to our children and youth and prepare them to be and continue the legacy of this great faith community. At Centenary United Methodist Church, tomorrow matters.